Alright, so today I'm taking another look at the Empress effects Zoya, and I wanted to specifically make a video about something I was having a hard time figuring out, which is using the foot switches to control this almost like it's a multi-effects unit. Now this has the capability of being a multi-effects, but because of its capabilities too, you have to kind of know exactly what you're doing and tell it exactly what you want it to do. And this is just going to be a very introductory video. I'm not going to go too deep on this. I had to go to a Facebook forum and ask, and some people posted some helpful videos, including the Zoya boot camp, which is over an hour and a half long. And what I was looking for is only covered about 40 to 50 minutes into the video. So I really want to try to condense that. And part of the way that I thought to do that was to just go ahead and build this patch ahead of time. So everything that is really important to what we're going to be talking about is on this one page right here. When I play, this is my Les Paul. You can see some of the lights coming on, kind of illuminating there, and I tried to make this like cascading with the audio flow or the signal flow going from the top left to the bottom right here as simply as possible. Most of the colors that I'm using are I chose to kind of copy the Line 6 Helix, so orange for distortion, purple for the cab sim right there, green for delay. I use red for reverb because it's kind of orange as well, so I red for TC Electronics reverb. But let's go ahead and take a look at this signal path here and kind of check it out. So again, this is really trying to utilize these foot switches to control the distortion, the delay, the reverb with my signal here. Now there's no amp modeling in here, so we do have to consider that, but that's okay. We'll figure things out. Probably bring in the simplifier and the Line 6 HX Stomp at some point here. So let's take a look at my signal path. That's my left audio in that you can see playing out right here on the side. Now the next three dots right there are all basically the same thing, which is each of the foot switches. So I have the left stomp switch assigned to right there. I have the middle stomp switch assigned to right there, and the right stomp switch right there. So very simple. You hit it, it goes from a 0 value to a 1 value on each of those, and the little light comes on there in that case. So let's see. The next module that I have right there, and I forgot what they are called. Let me do this. I'm going to go to a different page for just a moment here and get this right, because I know it is very important. I don't want to just skip this information here. So I did the stomp switches. Let's see. I think it might be an audio module then. Yes, the audio out switch. Yeah. Just double checking here. But yes, the audio out switch, and in fact when I make it there, here's what it's going to look like. It is called audio out switch, and you can assign the number of outputs. I chose 2 outputs, and I did the same thing for each of those, and the fades on for each of those. So I'm not going to actually create this one. Well, I guess at this point, yeah, just back it all the way out there and go back to our main channel right here. So that's what each of these is one of those audio out modules with 2 outputs. So the beginning of the chain is going to connect to this first one. Then you have the channel select part of it right there, and then you have the 2 outputs, channel 1 and output 2 right there. So this one is going to cascade to this one on each of the channel 1s here. So I'm going to try my best to walk this through without getting too crazy on it. I'm learning that the Zoya is a pedal for crazy people in a good way, if that appeals to you there. So each of these foot switches is connected to each one of these modules. You can see when I press that one, you can see that the left foot switch is assigned to that button right there. The middle one is assigned to that button. In each case of these, it's going to be the second button in that we're using there. And when I press that button, you can see that goes from a 0 to a 1. Same thing right here. When I press that, you can see it goes from channel 1 to channel 2. And if I press this one right there, you can actually hear that one coming on a little bit better. All right. So here's what's happening. The audio, each of these are just up here to kind of save space. I wanted to fit everything on one page to make it as easy to see as possible. So the audio is flowing from this button right here into this button, into this audio out switch, I think it was called. And then the audio 1 from this is going to this cab sim that I have set up, this purple cab sim right down here after the distortion. That's just really to make it fit within there. But the output 1 is basically getting treated like an amplifier at this point. And then the output 2 is going to run to our distortion. So I've got the distortion in. Right now there's no distortion, but if I hit that button, you see the signal jump quite a bit there. The shape of the waveform. Let's see which one I used here. I can't remember. So Shift, Edit. It's the edgy. Let's see. I might do this. I'm going to do pushed instead. It's a little less noisy. All right, and I'm done. So, still pretty fuzzy, but it's not as noisy in the background, which you guys are having to suffer through. So there's my pre-volume coming in, there's the volume coming out. I could adjust that as needed, but this one, the output of here, is going to connect to that same cab sim that the output of channel 1 from this first module came to. So both of those, either way, you know, that this is getting pressed, that signal is making it down there. It's making it down there like that, or it's making it down there like that. We're seeing the cab sim on this side. So again, clean signal versus. So we can see that happening right there. So again, our signal flows from here to here, and then we have the two output options. First channel is sending us to the cab sim. This is sending us to the distortion. Distortion out comes to cab sim, and now the cab sim is going to connect to the second right here. And I went through and changed these names. So this one says audio switch 2 right there. So I know that that is the delay right there. When I hit that, I can see some of this come out there. And see, it's not picking up the delay or anything. It's just picking up the initial attack right there, which is interesting. So again, that part of the output select is connected to the second foot switch right there. That's the key thing that I was missing, is that you have to use something like this and then one of these to just trigger that. That was the huge thing that I'm missing out. So I hope that that helps solve some things for you. But let's keep going. So the output of the first audio channel on this is going to run to the audio in of the third thing. So again, if I'm just on the first channel, that's no effect being sent. I'm not running to the delay at this point. And when I press that button, you can see that this module is connected to this right here, and it's also connected to the output of the delay. So yeah. So when it's off, the signal is going from here to here, and when this button is pressed, now it's going from here to here. I think we can even see the little delays coming through at that point. So again, that's the second module controlled by this second foot switch right here is right here in this model. Now this is going to be a third version of the same thing right there. This is the beginning of the third foot switch control. So audio is running to here from the delay and from the second switch. And we have our channel select right there between 1 and 2. 2 is with that big plate reverb. Right, and let's see, the audio out for that, it has a stereo out on it, excuse me. Yes, so one of these is going to run to, yeah, the output 1 is running to the left and to the right, so that mono signal is now getting split into stereo there. But on the other hand, the second output here is running to this reverb that we have here. So it's sending its mono signal. See, the mono signal of this one is going to the outputs right there, left and right. And this mono signal is coming to the stereo in left and right. So we have the in, L, in, R right there. And the reverbs are all pretty big. I could have used a reverb light if I needed to, but I thought this was interesting. So a lot of controls on this one. Each of these dots is controlling one of these things. I've got the mix set a little bit low, but ultimately the output left is going to the output left right here, and the right is going to the output right on this. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, all the steps that you have to do, and it really, I guess, makes me appreciate more all the thought and specific action that goes into making all the different multi-effects units between line 6 and fractal and Kemper and Tonex or Quad Cortex or any of that stuff there. It's really interesting, the connections that need to be made, and in the Zoya how you have to make all of those connections yourself. It's not too out there crazy. I mean, this is just getting something set here, and I've never uploaded a patch, but maybe I will take something like this if it becomes a helpful template for people. And you can go a lot wilder than this. My goal with this video was to try to condense this all to one page, though, where you could see this. And just a little look under the hood, I like to throw this on some of my patches. It's kind of a metering channel is what I call it right here. So let's see. Yeah, so when I play, I get my my pre-signal right here is being measured. And then this is like my post-cab signal is what's being sent from here. And there's a few things going on, out switches for CVNs, for each of those, envelope followers there, and then comparators. So I'm not going to take the time to go into all that, but I think that you can see why that would be nice to have really on just about any patch that you have room for. So I borrowed this information for the metering from another YouTuber. I might try to post the link. I'm not used to doing all that stuff, but I do want to give this person credit because their information was very helpful. And same thing, all this information I got from the Zoya Bootcamp video, but it was just so hard to find, and I really hope that this video helps to solve some of the questions with this. I would love to take requests on how to do things with the Zoya further, but I'm gonna have to be looking up a lot of resources myself, but I'm happy to be here for the conversation. Please let me know if there's anything you like, or if you'd like to see something different. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it for today. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you in another video soon.